Hey guys, how you doing? I got 3 things to talk about, and hopefully, we can good time here. So, here we go. One is the good news. The other one is bad news, and the other one is a rant. Rant. And so, here they are. Well, the good news is I learned how to put an SD card in here where the SD card goes, and have more memory. Not for anything else, but for video and pictures. So I have to, every time I want to make a video, every time I want to take a picture, I have to delete everything off the phone just to make a 1-minute video. So that's a good thing, because I like, taking pictures. I like, I want to be a photographer. I want to work in media. Or, when you want to do them things, you got, you gotta have a lot of memory to do. Alright, the bad news is, and a lot of my closest friends know this already, so y'all watching this, y'all know. If you're not watching this, then you don't know. The store I'm working at, and people that's closest to me know that store, but I ain't liberty to say it because so having if they, even though they know I'm talking about them, I can't literally say their name in a video. So I can go to, hopefully fine. They're hiring a lot more people, and surprisingly they're hiring a lot more, for maintenance workers, which is the crew I'm on. Which is pretty much a finishing in for a janitor. And cutting back people like me and people that's been, I haven't been there, I've been there about a month, but it's people that's been there for 7-8 years. One lady I know, I met, has been there for 15 years, and they cut back her hours. We already get very little pay, so how in the world are they thinking they were going to live on, 16 to 20 hours a week, and very little pay? I can't say how much, because that is one of the things I signed, I can't pronounce how much pay I get. But how in the world do they don't think we are, live? Are we going to live off our dirt? How, most of it makes a bad name for people who really need, abuse the food stamps, EBT, and all that. For people like these people and me, myself, and I, that can't, their job is cutting back their hours. How many more people would cut back their hours, so they can hire more people? And we get a little pay. We don't have, enough money as it is to pay the bills, and we don't have enough money to feed ourselves. I shouldn't. How in the world do they think that we should live? This check is coming up at the end of this check. Is not even going to, be able to pay, what utilities I do pay here. And it's not going to, help me save up the money to get out of here, which is the name hell. Excuse my language, but hell is not a cuss word. It is a noun, a place, actual place. And if you believe in it or not, It's up to you and your opinion. But, this place I am living in, with this little lady who everybody thinks, is just the sweetest thing in the world. What they don't know is the true stuff of her. Her dementia, she is violent, and I don't know if tomorrow when I get home, from work, that my stuff is going to be on the curb, and I'm going to be living in the Jeep. Because my job, I don't make enough money to even pay for even a couple, 2 nights in a hotel. That's how much, how much I make. I tell you that much and everything. And, well, that's minimum wage. Look at this one. But it's not right. It's not right, okay? It's just not right. And the other event the last part, when I said vent, rant, and everything, is this phone itself. Okay, I go in this, and I will tell you this part. I ain't gonna, because I want people to bombard them and yell at them for me. Because they won't listen to me, and they won't listen to anybody else anyway, so, you can do whatever you want. I was on Boost Mobile. I had, if I can reach it, this cheap $50 a month phone. That I couldn't watch YouTube on it. I can't do nothing but text message and make a phone call. If I wanted to get on the web, it took 30 minutes to an hour to upload Facebook. Just Facebook, not Twitter, not anywhere else. Just Facebook. I couldn't get on Twitter. I couldn't get on anybody else. I had for me to post to Twitter, I had to send a text message. And people Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so my friend told me about this plan. First she told me about this other plan, but I wasn't qualified for that plan because I have 0 credit. I don't believe in, I'm not going to go out and get, a credit card just to get credit, just to get, on a phone that I like, but, I'm not going to, get a credit card. Can't afford a credit card. And how it looks, after my 9 days, I'm not going to be having a job. But anyway, this phone, this plan, it's called Walmart's My Family Network. You look it up. It says $40 a month, give or take, or $45 a month. You get unlimited. The word is unlimited, people. Internet, text, and minutes. Unlimited. It does, even in the fine print, it doesn't say, okay, after 5 gigabytes of data, you get reduced down to a snail's pace plan. No, but that's what happened to me. My friend, who did have this, not this, but the one I'm talking about, but who did have this plan, had unlimited. She didn't get reduced down. She didn't get text messages. She didn't get, cussed out over the phone by, the stupid text people. And this plan is so powered by T-Mobile. Y'all talk to T-Mobile. I did. T-Mobile says, well, we don't take care of them. We don't get their money, so, we don't troubleshoot them. We ain't gonna help you. And you up the creek without a paddle. You are screwed because unless you want more, your data to do the things you need to do, you gotta have more money. That's not what they say in their plan. So I got this phone because I wanted to work on my media. I wanted to do things I cannot do on this cheap piece of dirt. If I wanted to just text and make phone calls, I would keep this cheap piece of dirt. And I wouldn't spend money that I don't have. I wouldn't ask people for money that I don't, people I don't like. That, only reason I asked them is because after my mom's death, they asked, they said if they would help me, and asked me one thing, and they mentioned, asked me one thing that I need, and I said I need a better phone. People, I guess this in this day of time is, people who don't want to do, get on Facebook, who don't want to do media, and don't want to, just wants to, make a phone call. This is fine, but I don't. You can't even take good pictures. You can't even upload these pictures to Facebook. You can't even upload these pictures to Twitter. You can't do nothing, You can't even. They don't even come up when you send them to a friend to say, "Hey, look at this." They don't even come up good on another person's phone. So, things scare the crap out of me. Because it's mad at itself as it is. And it's not right to say, okay, you got unlimited. You tell your person you got unlimited, and this person over here, they don't have no problems with their data. They don't have nothing. And then you call in and you say, okay, my friend has got, the same thing. They're not, they're doing all the same things I'm doing. They're posting it to Facebook. They're posting it to Twitter. They're watching YouTube videos. They're probably watching this one as it is. And they're planning, a wedding. And they are not, even all their data plan. They're not getting messages saying, okay, you're going over 5 gigabytes of data. I can say, well, that's them. And I can say, well, don't you understand? Well, I understand that I signed a contract that says I got unlimited data, not that I got 5 gigabytes of data, and after 5 gigabytes of data, that is reduced down to slow space, that making it look like I got unlimited amounts of data. Where in the world is the justice, people? Where in the world? I can't even comprehend. How does that make it right? How am I making, spend money? I just told you I'll make it very little money. How, for a phone that I desperately need. How is it right? I wish I had about, a million of y'all people that can bombard this people, so that, things can be changed. Things in this world can be changed. People like me who gets rejected about everything. That my friend, she has a speech impairment. She has a disability. She has, disorders and all that. And they accept her and not me. Is this wrong, people? Is clearly wrong, and I don't know what they're going to do about it. I know this is going to take, forever to upload. It's probably, you're going to see it whenever you get to see it, but I'm going to try to upload this and try to go calm down. Try to punch a bag, just slap, punch, kick. I'm too sore, from work to even do karate. But here's my good news, bad news, and rant. Y'all, if y'all make it this far, I hope y'all have a great day. Because you see how much my day is going to be. Go follow me on Facebook. I can't put it on here. I put it on there. Just for certain things. And go follow me on Twitter. I'm on there too. Instagram. I'm gonna try to get all the links down below again, but because I'm not, on a computer. I don't have it all filed on the screen. I had it on my other phone, but not this cheap thing. But when I did have an iPhone, this didn't even happen when I had an iPhone. When I had the other plan that I had to, pay out the wazoos when I had money. But I don't have money, and how it looks like, you might be seeing a vlog, pretty soon a vlog of me, living in the Jeep. Unless, I find a friend that gives a care, to takes me in or anything, but I like it. It looks like it. It's not gonna happen. So this is getting very long, but I got an SD card that's got big memory, so but I got very little data, so yeah. You like my little picture? That's my mama. That's my mama. That's me. Our 8. My daddy. My sister. Other relatives are behind me. They got my back. They might not be here, in flesh, but they got my back. And everybody else don't got my back. They got my back. And when they go and get stuff, I go, hey, what happened over there? Anyway.